Welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophie, your pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue our special edition in January about well-wishing Chinese expressions. And today we're going to talk about the scenery of what people do to celebrate Chinese Lunar New Year. And they will do 爆竹声声辞旧岁. 炮竹 is Chinese way to say firecrackers. Or 爆竹, I guess here I pronounce it as 爆竹. So 爆竹, explosive bamboo. I guess bamboo signifies the shape of it. And then 爆 means something related to fire, to flames. And that's, in contemporary Chinese, we translate that as explosive material, combustion, explosive. And that's paired with the shape of the thing and what it does, right? Together, it defines firecracker in Chinese. And sheng sheng, again, Chinese have this way of expression of repeating the exact same character, exact same sound right next to each other to create a certain rhythm, give you a sense of beauty there. Unlike in English, if you put the exact same word repeated twice, the autocorrect checker will highlight the second one as the grammatical mistake. In Chinese, it's not considered a mistake. It's an expression. Okay, 辞旧岁. We talked about 辞旧迎新 in the first episode. So that's the way to say goodbye to the old year. We call it old year. That's previous year. And then we celebrate that by firecrackers. Okay, quite some words. Let's dive in. So 爆, we have fire symbol on the left side. That's one of the basic icons to define most commonly used materials in Chinese. Fire, Chinese character, capture its cone shape because it's 2D, right? The cone becomes a kind of this shape. I don't even know. It's not exactly a triangle because triangle will look like this, right? But it looks like this. And with two sparks on the side. So that's the shape of the fire. And the right side, we have 2-finger hand symbol. That's easy one. That's 3-finger hand symbol from left and right. Both sides, that means one person's left and right hands. And then we have the rice symbol. Rice symbol simply is a classification of rice grains. You can put in this grid sign, and then you have 4 of them to, I guess, classify them into different, level A, level B grade of rice. And then you have the sun symbol, which is kind of an oval shape with horizontal line. Horizontal line signifies the energy emitting from this spherical thing. I mean, even if it's an oval shape, it came from the spherical. And because it's so many Chinese characters stack up together for the economy of vertical space, things got squished. So it's not in proportion anymore. And then here, there's 2 kind of horizontal with a little bit tilt line next to each other with a vertical line connection. That's the soil symbol. And soil symbol have this first layer as a ground level, second layer as the pointer, point toward the end of the root. That's vertical line is something growing in there. So that's soil. We have sun, soil, 2 hands handling rice. It's simply the practice of laying out rice when the sun's out on top of the soil to dry it out. I guess that's part of the harvesting process, or kind of dry it out, sun exposure, and then for storage. Before you can store it, you have to dry it thoroughly. So this sun exposure or sun bathing, the rice crops, paired with fire symbol together, it means explosive. So I guess it describes the fire that got kind of sparkles that escape from the main body of the fire. So that's 爆竹. We have double. Just like a sheng sheng, we have double. character, but within the composition of one frame, there can be double exact the same element paired together. I mean, isn't that fun? So this simply is depicting of how bamboo looks like, because in regular Chinese plant symbol, let me see if there is Chinese plant symbol. This is Chinese plant symbol, kind of a trident shape growing on top of the ground. That's a Chinese generic plant, but bamboo is the only exception to that rule. Bamboo's leaves are draping downward versus the plants are sun-facing, sun-growing, kind of reaching upward, kind of anti-gravity, right? But bamboo is the leaves are doing this. That's how Chinese capture it. And because probably bamboo is so commonly used material in Chinese culture, so it deserves its own direction of pointers, right? So that's bamboo. And because bamboo normally grow in cluster, it doesn't come in ones, it comes in groups. So at least two of them to show you multitudes. So that's bamboo. Again, the shape of the cracker, the behavior of the cracker, which kind of give you this combustion or, fire shooting, that's 爆竹 together depicts firecracker. So Chinese, you see, firecracker in English, fire is the material, right? So it's kind of like a 爆, and a cracker depicts the sound. Versus Chinese use 竹 to depict the shape. In any case, 爆竹 is the Chinese way to put equivalent of firecracker. Okay, 声声. We have the ear symbol on here. That means related to audible receptor, right? And then here is the plant symbol. And here it shows you kind of a half shelter with this carved shape over here. That gives you the sense of, it's kind of like a semi-cave setting, but with carved out spaces. In Chinese character, that actually means emptiness. So there are space in there. So I guess it's the earliest like caveman age, that's human shelter before human built their own thing, that add a chimney on the top. Before they add anything, it's naturally habitable place. And that means empty. And the right 3-finger hand symbol again. And here, this symbol simply is a tool that's kind of with a soft edge or soft end that can holding hand kind of whip. So it is a whip. So the hand is whipping on something that have this empty cavity in it that can make the sound in celebration of the plant growing. I guess music making back then was for, praying for the rain, for fair weather conditions. So it's related to farming activity. And then with the ear, receiving that. So sound making, sound receiving on both ends depicted in here. And you see the simplified Chinese use just the top left corner of this huge frame of 5 individually self-standing icons. And Chinese just pick the top 2 on the top left corner to mean sound. And I translated crack, crack. Here it means music making and hearing, right? And the 声声 simply becomes generic sound, because any kind of not only music, like you're banging on something, that make a sound, and that will be 声. And the 爆竹声声 simply means the sound of crackers. And you see, Chinese repeated 声声, because when firecrackers crack, it's not going to be one single sound. It's going to be multiple sounds and irregular. So it's appropriate to use multiple, like a 2 next repetition to give you the sense of one after another. It's not singular. Okay, 辞旧岁. Okay, 辞 means dismiss. It came from this courtroom proceeding. And the result of a courtroom is somebody handcuffed in ancient times. It's a big wood block with two hands holding there. So you are kind of locked in, plus your neck. So you have hand hold and neck hold together is locked. And I guess there are versions of hand holds only. So that's ancient handcuff. And put your hand in there and this is handler. Hand from the top simply means somebody else is handling you, kind of a higher in power position to you, handling you. And that means after the court proceeding, somebody is dismissed from the court in handcuff. Okay, so that's 辞 dismiss. And 就 we have this bird symbol. Actually, it's a water bird with this water line symbol over there. Otherwise, it's the side view of a profile of a bird icon. And then the bottom is a deshelling tool that's made of stone and wood stick, stone bowl to grind things out, to remove the shells from the crops. So this bird symbol plus that together somehow means old. My interpretation is this bird symbol eventually means the reed, because birds, water birds, are going to be found a lot around this water plant that's reed growing in there. And then that next to this grinding of crops, it means older crops from last year was being ground to feed. And my guess is probably reed was not really edible crop, right? It was not human planted. And if you pair that with grinding, probably things get so like you don't have enough food from last year, that you have to grind the reed to feed. I don't know. It could be some ancient practice that's related to you run out of food, therefore you have to go either grind the reed or grind last year's old crops. So eventually it becomes a very indirect way to say old, meaning previous year, not this current year, but prior year. Okay, year, this concept is made of right foot. This is the big toe, pinky toe, the three of the middle toes. This is the Chinese right foot symbol. And you see, this is a mirror image, that's left foot. So we have left foot, right foot, stack up together. So that gives you a sense of proceeding, of one step ahead of each other. Somebody's walking. And so walking means changing space, changing in time. And then the remaining of the characters, actually, this weaponry symbol with this stand and this prop of this weaponry, and together with this horizontal line, that eventually became an abstract of time marker, which is 7 to 9 p.m. in a 24 hours time. So Chinese use only 12 characters. Every 2 hours is one special character to depicting that hour. So 7 to 9 was this xu, this sound. And xu, 7 to 9 means it's almost done for the day. And also in xu, it means the time of the year when the year is almost done. So it's, I guess, late fall, early winter. And that pairs with this proceeding, change in footsteps of proceeding through time and space, signifies the proceeding of the year toward the very end of the year. And that's how this 岁 is used to depict the year. It's not fully finished, like exact to the very end yet, but it's proceeding close to roughly like 7 to 9 p.m. out of this 24-hour time. Okay, so 爆竹声声辞旧岁. 岁 is, I translate it as firecracker the old. Of course, the old year, I didn't say that. And I found this online photo about this little boy firing up the firecrackers. And you can see this is the Chinese calligraphy, normally black ink characters written on red, which is auspicious color, red lantern, dried corn cobs. That's a typical northern China village scene. And you see the snow covered over here. And it's probably one of the most fun time of the year for the little boys, that he can make some sound and scare the neighbors. And of course, the neighbors expecting such fire cracking. And this sound making, merrymaking events marked the very end of year. And so that's Chinese way to say 爆竹声声辞旧岁. Cash into the currency of thinking by one word a day. This Sophie. See you another day.